Hello and welcome back to Buckle Up. I'm Harry King and this is the Kia EV4, Kia's first ever all-electric hatchback. But is it any good? Let's start as usual with the exterior styling here at the front. And I immediately want to call out how resolved this front end is. I really like the vertical lights, and the fact they are pushed all the way to the edge of the car really makes this look kind of wide, low and lean. The nose comes right down to a point. There is a true lower grille for your aircon and stuff. Big Kia badge in the centre as well, but those daytime running lights, the light cluster overall is just fabulous. Now down the side, let's talk wheels, baby. Let's talk you and me. These are the optional or larger 19-inch alloy wheels, and they are giving me immaculate 3-spoke vibes. Technically they're 6 spokes, but that's a 3-spoke pattern, if you ask me, and I love a 3-spoke. I think they're excellent. I also want to call out the charging flap. It's up here on the side. This car is fitted with the larger 81.4 kilowatt hour battery pack, and it recharges at up to 127 kilowatts, which means 10 to 80% in around half an hour on a fast charger in a motorway service station. So should be an all right one for a road trip. Obviously the larger cars get faster charging speeds, but this is pleasantly quicker than quite a few of the rivals. Also, GT-Line S, this is top trim level, which means you get lots of kind of sporty bits. So everything's in black round the wheels, black mirror caps. You've got a floating roof, but I like the way they've done this. It's not like a normal floating roof. You've got the kind of black around the glass house, and then you've got this kind of band round the top of the car. It's just quite a cool element that stands out. I do enjoy it. Round at the back, you get this little spoilerette, which I don't know how much that's doing for aero, but what it is doing is concealing the rear wiper arm, allowing you to have this really clean back end, but also have a clean rear window in the winter time in the UK when the road's full of salt and dirt and everything. Love to see that. Also, this is, I guess, the main event. This is the hatch of the hatchback, but let's talk about the lights and stuff first. You've got kind of a matching style to the front where they're pushed right out to the side, and then they're slim and vertical, which again really helps with that kind of low, lean, wide stance that this car has overall. You've got your badges around the place, EV4, Kia badge up in the centre, and your trim badge on the bottom right, and some more black trim as well, kind of a diffuser style area. But let's pop open the electronically opening tailgate, where we are greeted by 435 litres of space. Now, some of it is under this false floor, and you will also find under this false floor your charging cables, your tyre repair kit, stuff like that. However, this will drop down right to the lowest level if you're willing to bring that stuff just into the boot, and you do have a couple of cubbies down the sides where you could maybe hide stuff like that. So a very, very large practical space. There's not a huge amount of other features in here though, and there's also no frunk, so you can't stash those charging cables anywhere else really. You get a full solid parcel shelf, traditional hatchback style. Even though this is a big bulky traditional one though, if you do a little bit of jiggling around, you can actually get it under the false floor. And then the seats fold down in a 60-40 split. It's a continuous low floor as well, and a huge amount of space with all the seats down. Speaking of those seats though, let's see what they're like to sit in. This is where things start to get really impressive, because this is on a bespoke EV platform. So it's got a very long wheelbase for the size of the car, 2.8 metres, nearly 2.9, and a completely flat floor back here. So there's just loads of room. I've got knee room behind my seating position. I'm 5'11" or 180 centimetres, whichever takes your fancy. I've also got headroom, which I wasn't expecting. I don't often have much headroom in family hatchbacks, and my brain was saying, oh, it's an EV, the seats will be raised up, you'll be close to the roofline, but actually don't seem to be suffering with it at all. But also, my feet don't feel like they're too close to the seat base. I mean, maybe they're slightly higher than they would be normally, but this is very comfortable. And the materials in here and the seats themselves are very comfortable. Soft, sculpted, squidgy, nice large windows as well. Do they roll all the way down? I don't know, because they're locked for some reason. Ugh, bear with. Do they go all the way down? Nearly. Close enough, I would say. At the back you can put your arm out, so that's fine by me. And also, not huge amounts of tech back here, because it's still just a family hatchback, but there's enough stuff. There's 2 USB-Cs on the side of either front seat. There's air vents and a little cubby down in the centre. I've got a centre armrest, which I can pull down. That's got 2 cup holders in it, and that's also nice, soft and comfortable. And I've got seated heat on these outer seats. Good stuff. What's it like in the front though? Things are really good up here. I've got a nice open cabin design, which makes this feel amazingly spacious, and also all the materials that I come into contact with are lovely, and you have to go quite a long way before you start finding cheaper ones, which is really nice to see. Leather steering wheel, soft dashboard, leather armrest. The seats are fabulous. In this GTS line, they are heated and ventilated, heated steering wheel. I've also got lots of other nice bits like a sunroof, a Harman Kardon sound system. It really is very premium in here. Technology wise, I've got 3 screens, gauge cluster, infotainment and then climate. But panic not, you can actually do everything you want to do in the climate controls on a real button. So temperature for either side, it's 2-zone, can be controlled here with these toggles, as well as the air direction and the fan speed. And then your heated and cooled seats and your steering wheel are all here on the door. So you don't actually have to go and use the touchscreen while you're driving. That's really just for kind of fine tuning, if you will. Also, nice responsive system. Obviously, wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, which is where you'll be spending most of your time anyway. That's nice and slick. You've got these shortcut buttons down here, which are on one big panel. They're sort of touchscreeny, but you do have a proper rotary volume control, which is nice to see. And the sat-nav itself is fairly responsive. So if I just search for my favourite place, let's see. Set as destination. Go on, figure it out. Give it some time. This has generally, historically been the weakest point of Kia Hyundai infotainment, is the amount of time it takes to calculate destinations. There we go. But that's because it's plotted all of my charging that I would need to do on the way. No, you can stop that now.
Now turn right.
Thank you very much. But yeah, nice, easy to use system with everything you'd want on it as well. Gauge cluster is super clear as well. Also, if I go through my drive modes, I get nice little flashes of different colours, slightly different stylings on the screen. But I've also just got all the relevant information in front of me at any given time. Drive selector. It is a column shifter, which gives you this large open space in the centre. But that means that you can have a wireless charger down there, 2 cup holders, space under this centre console, a tray here with another one under the armrest, and then you can pull out that divider, that becomes longer. You can put the cup holders away if you need a longer space down there as well. And then you still get a nice big glove box and full-size door pockets with space for bottles as well. I've got 2 USB-Cs if you want to wire in to the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, or just charge your phone, and a 12-volt socket behind a little spring-loaded trapdoor, which is lovely. The seats themselves, as well as being heated and cooled, are relaxed seats, so if you're plugging in and charging on the motorway and you don't need the toilet or a coffee or anything else, you can just pop them in relax mode and have just a nice sit, just kind of chill out for a little bit, which is a nice touch again. I'm really happy with everything in here. Also, the steering wheel, it has all the controls on it you would expect. So I've got my infotainment on the right hand side with another rotary volume control, Smart Cruise on the left. I've got my paddles for regen, and then my conventional windscreen wiper and headlight controls behind as well. And because of the positioning of the shifter being below the wipers, I'm not confusing them, which is maybe something Renault could learn from, perhaps. Shall we see, though, how it drives? Okay, so the Kia EV4. Let's start with some facts and figures. 204 PS, about 280 Newton meters of torque. 0 to 62 dispatched in 7.9 seconds, but feeling very, very punchy in the real world, thanks to that instant torque delivery. WLTP range is in the region of 360 miles. I'm currently on 91% charge, and I've got 274 miles of range indicated. In our experience, Kia's range predictions are very accurate, though of course I haven't had the chance to properly test this one's out today because we are on the launch. So I'm just getting to drive this round the south of England for a couple of hours. You know what? It's been a nice couple of hours though so far. This is just very very pleasant to drive. I'm going to start with my one downside that I've identified, and then we'll get onto all the good stuff. It's very wide. This is on the same battery tech that all of Kia and Hyundai and Genesis bespoke EVs are on, which does mean it is quite a wide car. Now, it's not so wide that you can't drive around town, but I have had to get through a couple of width restrictors today, and it has felt tricky to make that happen. They were 2 meter wide width restrictors, so it felt really tight. However, that pays off in the corners because it just feels completely planted. Even though this is just front wheel drive and it's only available front wheel drive, if you hustle this around a corner a little bit, it just kind of grips and goes. And to go along with that grip, there's actually a decent amount of steering feel. I think the throttle and brake inputs are well judged as well. Obviously, you can do your regen on the fly with the paddles, including all the way down to a one pedal driving mode. If I keep pulling this, this one even. You go into I pedal, which means you don't have to use the brake to come to a full stop, or turn it all the way off, which is how I like to drive, just coast along. And I feel quite hunkered down. This is a low car. I mean, I'm not as low as I would be in an ICE hatchback, but I am probably lower than I would be in a crossover. And I do appreciate it. I feel pleasantly hunkered down in here. So it's just got that bit more edge of a driver's car compared to the larger SUVs that they do, or even the same sized SUVs. The EV3 and this are ultimately similar footprints, but this one's a bit more purposeful. You don't lose out though on road manners. So if I turn on the cruise control, pop it on at 70, steering's on. It's a great system. It'll go around this corner by itself. I am paying attention and my hands are ready to catch the wheel. This is just for demonstration purposes. I am in control of the vehicle. But yeah, it'll just take you around. It's a great system. And you get your little blind spot monitoring popping up when you need to change lanes on the motorway, which is very handy. And it's nice and quiet and refined. It's really pleasant. With that Harman Kardon sound system as well, this is a great long distance car. Or would be a great long distance car. I haven't actually got to drive it long distance today. But the seats are so comfortable, I can't imagine them giving you any problems, and they're so adjustable as well. Everything in here is supremely adjustable. Keeps happening, it does keep happening, but Kia and Hyundai just keep making the best electric cars. I know there are cheaper ones out there, I know there are amazing lease deals, but the reason there are amazing lease deals is because people don't actually want to buy those cars. This is an EV that I would want to own. And it does command a price. These are going to be mid £40,000 mark. But I think it's worth it. This is really good. This is very good indeed. I think, though, that's enough yapping out of me. Let's go back and do a bit of a conclusion. Well, that is the EV4 tested. And what am I thinking? I think this is a fabulous package. The styling's brilliant. There's so much room on the inside, and the driving experience is just right for a family hatchback as well. And a huge boot. There's no losing. I mean, it's pricey, but it's worth it. Trust me. I'm thoroughly recommending the Kia EV4 hatchback if you're interested in an EV hatchback. I've said EV hatchback too many times now. Anyway, how about you tell me what you think? Go down to the comments. What are your thoughts on the EV4? While you're down there, if you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to the channel. We've got loads more car reviews coming very soon. Also, while you're down there, if you'd like to support us, we have loads and loads of accounts on other social media sites. They're all in the description. You can go and follow us in all of those places. And if you want to directly support the channel, which we greatly appreciate if you do, we've got merchandise. I know Christmas is coming up. Maybe you want to buy that special someone, a buckle up mug, or a hat or something. I know I'm going to be buying all of my family buckle up merch because I'm just such a selfless person. And also, we have memberships right here on YouTube. So please go and do one or all of those things. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.